What's good? Welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Welcome, man. Welcome to That's Our Golf. This is hole 6. Correct. This is hole 6.
Yeah.
Um, I hope everybody enjoyed our episode last week. If you have not enjoyed it yet, it's because you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
So please be sure to check out 9 Holes with AC and Britt. We got out there for 9. Really just trying to show people that golf is, not this kind of uptight sport. You could really go out there with your loved ones and have a good time. Talk a little trash, hit some good shots, make some putts, teach, chill, enjoy a brew. You could walk, you could ride in the cart. We walked 9. I did get a text saying, why was I using a push cart and you were carrying your bag?
Did you?
I did.
I volunteered. I don't really
Okay,
like the
make it
push
clear.
cart.
Yes, thank you. Clear that up.
I think I need my own push cart. Maybe it's just his because I think part of yours is broken.
There's not a part. See, okay, hold on. There's no part of my push cart that's broken.
There was a screw that was loose
but
and
I've
it was
been
going
fixed
to
that.
the side.
No, not mine. Ain't never did that. Even
Yeah,
when
it
the
was
screw was
real
loose, it didn't
jank.
go to the
It was
side.
not working
See,
properly.
now you must be talking about some rental one you had.
So I
or
just
something.
wanted to,
You're
do
not
it
gonna
myself.
disrespect my push cart,
It's fine.
okay?
That's fine.
Because I had a screw loose, but I fixed that years ago. But yeah, you want to carry your bag, your little jank bag. So that's on you. While
It's
you
my
trying to
starter
talk
bag.
about my
It's my beginner
push
starter
cart.
bag,
You're
and I'll
right.
stand by
You're
it.
right. It is a starter bag.
I'll stand by it. I'm still a beginner. I don't need a new bag.
I had a new bag when I was a beginner
You knew you liked it.
because I was real
And
and I don't play. But yeah, if you haven't checked that out, man, please go check that out. Had a lot of fun doing it with you. And we'll do more. We'll play some more golf and, show the people as your game progresses, they can see your game progress. And, my game progressing too. That's what the folks don't know. My game been on point.
Mm.
And if you remember our last episode, we did make mention to my trophy case over here. I don't know if y'all noticed, it's a new silver shiny trophy over there. Because I did host my Chattanooga Classic. Brittany's repping the shirt that I provided for my guys. But I did host that about a week and a half ago. And it was very fun. Knob North Golf Course and the Bear Trace at Harrison Bay hosted us. Appreciate those courses. They were great hosts to us. We had a good group of golfers, but there can only be one. There can only be one champion. And that's me. So we will have the 2024 Chattanooga Classic recap video coming soon. So I'm working on that. May come out this week. Might come out next week. It will be available in the next week. Hopefully I can get it out with this episode. That would be ideal. But, you can kind of see what I did, what I went through, what I had to endure, But yeah, I'm honored to be a member of the KOC Tour. And I'm honored to be an 11-time major winner. 11 times. That's a lot. That's a lot of major wins.
Congrats.
Thanks. I was waiting on you to just say a word.
I was letting you, talk your talk.
Oh, you let me talk my shit? I can say that.
Say it again.
This is my show.
Talk your way.
I'm going to talk my shit.
Beep.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not done talking, man. 11 times, man. What are we doing? For all members on the KLC Tour, if you watching this video, if you're watching this video, I told y'all, you can't let me win because when I win,
He don't stop.
I don't stop.
I've heard this for
I
a
don't
week and a
stop.
half.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing at this point?
All right.
Who is still is there a competitor out there? No, shout out Jordan Scott, man. Shout out Jordan, my guy, epic battle coming down the stretch on the back 9. I came into the back 9 leading by 1 stroke. And Jordan fires off a 38 back 9. 38. Like, that is just, just great. Just great. But it's just too bad. I shot a 38 too, man. My bad, bro. I shot a 38 too. My bad. My bad.
Okay.
Okay, man. Come on, man. No, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that 38. That was huge for number 11. So, but no, it was fun, man. It was fun. So, first major of the year. We got 3 more to go. And we going for the slam. We going for the slam. So
Good luck.
more coverage coming, more trophies to come. And I think one more major, I'm inducted into the KLC Hall of Fame.
Says who?
I mean, we got guidelines. We got guidelines.
Show me them guidelines.
I will. I'll throw them up. They right here. Look right here. This was required to be in the KLC Hall of Fame right here.
Okay.
And I think I just need a couple more points and a major win will give me that. So, yeah, maybe you too. If you're watching this, it's gonna be a few years though, because I don't think I'm slowing down anytime soon. When you joining KLC? When you getting on tour?
Well, I originally said this year.
Yeah, you said by our second major of the year.
I don't know.
You
Life
still
happens.
got a couple months.
Life happens. Let's shoot for next year.
Okay, 2025.
Yeah.
That's perfect. All right, I ain't gonna hold y'all hostage anymore. Talking about my 11th major win. Who's seeing me, man? Who's seeing me? I'm chasing Tiger. I'm chasing Jack. I just tied somebody.
These are the times
I
that
just tied somebody.
want to walk out.
I can't remember who.
These moments.
It's somebody, but
This part.
shout out to the KLC, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Y'all good opponents, man. But step your game up.
Oh my God.
New golfer segment. So I'm a veteran golfer, but you got a lot of new golfers out there. We take pride in discussing topics that help people who are new to the game, looking for more information about the game. We talked a lot so far this round. What have we talked about? We've talked about etiquette, what to wear, how to even set your tee time, what tee box to play from. Last week we talked about, I think the week before we talked about clubs and what each club means, what to do. So we thought this week could actually be a good time to talk about scoring and scoring in golf specifically. Now, if you go on our Instagram at That's Our Golf, there is a short video that talks about scoring, and it's going to be much shorter than this pod, but we can go into a little bit more detail because I think it's important if you are going to go out to play, especially after you become pretty proficient at hitting the ball. You're going to want to know, like, okay, how do I keep my score? So I always like to start off this segment by asking you, life partner, what is some general information about scoring that you think all new golfers should know? Like, I like to leave the floor open for you.
Well, how you win is with the lowest score.
Okay.
Lowest score out of everybody.
Lowest score wins. Okay.
So you'll have a set number of strokes that it's supposed to take to complete a hole. And you want to get how do you say that?
Yeah, least amount of strokes.
Least amount of strokes as possible for each hole. And you'll tally all of your strokes up at the end of your round.
Right, to get your total score. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So lowest score, the lower the score, the better. So let me say that, because every time you take score, you're not competing against somebody else. You can go play golf by yourself, obviously, and your score is just kind of letting you know what you did that day. Like you just mentioned, each hole has a set number of strokes that I would like to say a good golfer is expected to hit. Like, not just your average golfer, but a good golfer is expected to hit. This is called par. So, and this is a common phrase, par for the course. This is kind of the even number that if you are good, you are expected to shoot par. So a hole can really either be three things, right? It could be a par 3. It can be a par 4. It can be a par 5. I think there's one hole out there that's a par 6 on some course. I don't know. I've seen some picture.
Really?
But for the most part, it's going to be a par 3, par 4, par 5. Typically, that's determined by how long the hole is. So obviously, each hole has different distances. So you can probably put it together. A shorter hole is going to be a par 3. If it's a little bit longer, it's going to be a par 4. If it's longer than that, it's going to be a par 5. Your goal is always to hit that par number. So if it's a par 3, I want to put it in the hole in 3 strokes. If it's a par 4, obviously 4 strokes. If it's par 5, 5 strokes. Now, if you actually hit that number, what's that called?
A par?
That's correct. That's correct.
Is this a trick question?
No, it was not.
Oh,
it was not a trick. I'm testing your knowledge.
A par.
Now, what if I hit it below that number. So it's a par 4, but let's say I hit it in 3.
You get a birdie.
So, we talk about birdies. We love birdies. You can see me birdie. 05. 9 holes for 18 Brit. I got a lot of those. Got a few this past weekend too. Actually got another one that I'm going to speak on in a minute. But I got a birdie, which, this will be 3 strokes on a par 4. This will be 2 strokes on a par 3. This is 1 stroke under par. So a par is 5 and I get a 4. This is called a birdie. And that's a great score. Par is a great score. Let me just say that. If we being honest, bogey is a good score.
We're not there yet.
You're right. So I want to go right into bogey though, because 1 under would be a birdie, 1 over par would be a bogey. So if it's a par 3 and I hit it in 4 strokes, this is a bogey. This is +1. This is 1 over par. So if it's a par 4, this is 5 strokes. If it's a par 5, this is 6 strokes. I would say if you're a new golfer, bogey is a good score. Definitely a good score.
It's great. I bogeyed a couple holes.
You did bogey. You bogeyed back-to-back holes.
Gang, gang.
And I think that's really good if you're new. So we talked about 1 over par. Now 2 over par. So this is if it's a par 3. Let's say, it took me 5 strokes. Not great. This is a double bogey.
I did a bunch of those too.
Double bogey. I double bogey all the time. So double bogey, and then it kind of gets easier from there. Triple bogey for 3 over par. 4 over par would be a quadruple bogey. Typically, when you get into the 5 over par, people just start saying 5 over par. Like, of course, there are terms for it, but, people just start saying, hey, I got 5 over par. Or you just start saying the number. Like, what'd you get in that hole? 8. I got a 9. Something like that. Those are not good. My rule of thumb, if you are brand new to golf, and once you pass triple bogey, so like if it's a par 4 and you just hit your 7th shot and you ain't in the hole, I'm going to say pick up. If you with me, I'm going to tell you pick up if you're new. Obviously if we're competing or we got money on the line, I would never tell you pick up. You are going to finish this hole at all costs. But yeah. So double, I would say if you're new, double should be your goal. Like you should be trying to double bogey each hole until, you start doubling a lot. Then obviously your new goal is bogey and you can start moving forward. But, probably going to be a lot of triples, a lot of quads as you first start because, you got work to do. Okay, so those are the bad scores. Now, of course, we talked about a birdie. This is 1 under par. If you go 2 under par, this is called a
eagle.
This is called an eagle. So, eagles are awesome. I only have 3 eagles in my career. 3 eagles. I just got my 3rd one at the 2024 Chat Classic on hole number 1, where I secured my 11th major. Yeah, that can, set the tone for the tournament.
On Saturday or Sunday?
On Saturday. When it's the first hole of the freaking tournament and you eagle it 20 feet, eagle putt, it's like, you kind of know what people are in store for. Yeah, actually, I'm going to throw it. Here's a video of it right here. Here's a video of it right here. And here's my little fist pump. Actually, it wasn't a fist pump. It was like a hand raised. It was like a finger up before the ball even dropped. Because Brittany hadn't even seen it yet. Before the ball even dropped, I said, yes, put it in the hole.
Oh, my God.
I am obnoxious. I don't know if y'all know. But 2 under par, this will be an eagle. So on a par 4, this will be getting it in 2 strokes. On a par 5, probably the most common par for people to get eagles is a par 5. Hitting it on the green in 2 strokes and then making a putt. And then actually, obviously a hole in 1, I don't have to tell you what this is. This is a par 3, sometimes par 4, where you hit the ball from the tee box into the hole in 1 stroke. For a par 3, this is technically an eagle. So a hole in 1 is an eagle on a par 3. But if you are 3 under par, so this will be if you somehow made a hole in 1 on a par 4, which can happen. Or you hit it in 2 on a par 5. This is called a albatross. Not common. Most people will never. I think an albatross is actually more rare than a hole in 1. Like it's just not common at all. And this sometimes I've heard it called a double eagle. I've heard that, but I think albatross is the official term.
I've never heard that.
Yeah. So those are the different types of scores you can get. Uh, I don't think a hole in one on a par five exists. If there is a name for that, never heard of it because
that's crazy.
yeah, that's not even like feasible.
Like that's crazy.
I guess possible, but just
how's that possible?
If you playing from the front tee on a short par five or something, like maybe. But so essentially after each hole you'll count it up, right, and you'll add all your scores, and eventually you will get a particular score. Typically, most golf courses on an 18-hole golf course has a par 72. So that means if you parred every hole, you would shoot a 72. So, you'll add up your score compared to that par. And that's how many you shot over or under. So, for example, if it's a par 72, I shoot a 80. That means I shot 8 over 72 or a plus 8. Or if I shot a 66, that would be a 6 under. Because I 6 under the 72 par, and so on and so forth. Go ahead.
Well, there are courses that have different pars.
That's
correct. So
yeah.
Not everyone is 72.
Yeah. So most are 72, but there are some 71s. There are some 73s. There are definitely a lot of 70s. And I've played on a par 67 course. Typically not as nice a course when they're much shorter. But 72 most common. 72 and 70. I'll say that. But definitely some 71s, definitely some 73s, even some pro courses that they play maybe a par 71 or a par 73. So I've seen that. But most are 72. So that's why in terms of like great scores, there are certain benchmarks. Like if you're brand new, I think your first goal is to break 110. So, we're talking a lot of strokes over par. But remember, you ain't even thinking about 72 when you're brand new. You're thinking about, maybe trying to double every hole. If it's a par 72 and you double every hole, that's a 108. Is that correct? Yeah, that's a 108. So 72 plus 36, that's a 108. So if you could shoot 108 or better, okay, you're working with something. That's why I encourage people. Sometimes people be like, yo, Alice, I'm not that great, man. I'm shooting like around 100. I'm like, dude, if you shooting around 100, you're not bad. You probably an average golfer. Like 100 is like what I see a lot of people shoot. I shoot 100 every once in a while. I shoot 100. I shoot over 100 if I have a bad day. But 100 is like perfectly fine. So if you out there shooting 100, that's fine. Now, obviously, you may have aspirations to go lower and you want to break 100. Now, once you're shooting in the 90s, I would say you're good. Like if you can shoot in the 90s consistently, I would say you're a good golfer.
All 90s, not like under 95. 97, I'm good.
I would say if you can, once again, I'm going to just repeat that. If you shoot in the 90s, now if you just shoot a bunch of 97s, 98s, obviously you're not as good as somebody shooting 92s, 93s, but you're still good. You're still good. Once you start shooting in the 80s, I would say you're really good.
So you think you're really good?
Absolutely. Oh. I'm an 11-time major winner. You can't be an 11-time major winner.
Guys, that's my bad. I set that up.
Come on, man. Like,
I did it.
Trying to move past this, but you keep disrespecting me. But yeah, I would say I'm really good. I'm currently an 11 handicap, in case anybody was curious, and we'll talk about handicaps another episode. But I would say that's pretty good. And then once we start talking about averaging in the 70s, like that's like you're great. You're a great golfer. And then of course, if we get below 70s, like
pro.
I wouldn't say pro, but like you could definitely be a PGA pro. Like you could definitely like get your PGA professional status, like give lessons, like
So if I shoot in the 60s, I'm not pro level?
Shooting in the 60s is not the same for like across the board. Like it depends on where you're shooting in the 60s, if that makes sense. Like Brittany, there are people who shoot in the 60s who play college golf, but they never go play professionally. Now, if you average in the 60s, I'm with you. Like maybe you are pro. Like if like every time you go play, you in the 60s, yeah, you probably are pro.
That's what I thought we were talking about.
Sure. Yeah, like averaging in the 60s is you are now a plus handicap. And you more than plus. You like, plus 5, plus 6. Now you probably are pro. So I stand corrected. If you average in the 60s, no doubt. But once again, we ain't even for all new golfers. Let's just break 110. To be honest, when you first start playing golf, don't even take score. I would just try to finish holes and get used to it. Then probably after like your second or third time playing, Now, start keeping score. If you can finish every hole, Brittany is still working her way to finishing every hole.
I am.
But when you can start finishing every hole, and maybe getting quad or better on every hole, start keeping your score. That's how you track your progress. That's how you know you're getting better.
Hey, next hole, best hole.
Sure. Next
Mantra.
hole. That's her mantra when
Next
she has
hole,
a
best
terrible
hole.
hole. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much scoring. That's it. Once again, just to recap: 1 over par, bogey; 2 over par, double; so on and so forth. 1 under par, birdie; 2 under par, eagle; 3 under par, very rare, albatross. Your goal is to try to hit par. If you're brand new, I would say your goal is double bogey. Once you get over +4 on a hole, let's pick up. Unless you're playing for money. Your opponent will not let you pick up, especially if I'm your opponent. Some people play double par. I think that's a smart thing to play. By this, it's like if it's a par 3 and, once you reach 6, pick up. If it's a par 4, once you reach 8, pick up. If it's a par 5, once you reach 10, pick up. I like that for pace of play. And remember, I'm always going to just preach pace of play. That's critical. So yeah, that's kind of a long explanation. But like I said, I have a minute-long video on Instagram breaking a lot of this down. I think it's actually in 2 parts. So it's like 2-minute-long videos. So definitely check that out. Extremely helpful. All right, that's our new golfer segment.
Hey.
All right, pro golfer segment. So actually a big week in pro golf, specifically PGA. Sorry for anybody looking for anything else. I'm about to talk PGA today. Wells Fargo Championship just wrapped up this weekend on Sunday in Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out to your boy, Rory McIlroy, just secured his now 26th win. So he's won back-to-back weeks. Remember when you was hating on him? He won the team competition, the Zurich, and now he just won the Wells Fargo in great fashion too. Like, not even close.
I wasn't hating. Well, he had a horrible last hole.
I mean, he double bogeyed, but it's still won by I don't know, more than 5 strokes. So he was going head to head with Xander Schauffele in the final round, and Roy just went off. I think he went like eagle, birdie, birdie, par, eagle, birdie, birdie. So it's something crazy, like 2 eagles on the back 9. So shout out to Rory, man. He's on fire. Of course, Scotty didn't play. Scotty can't win every week, but Scotty didn't play. Actually, his child was just born recently.
Shout out,
Scotty. Shout out to the Schefflers. So Scotty will be making his return this weekend, which is the PGA Championship.
And let's see what happens. My money's on Scotty.
All right, so is that your pick?
My money is on Scotty.
Here's the thing. Scotty is a new father.
What that mean?
And historically, when there are life events, that don't fare well for professional golfers.
Scotty locked in.
Whether it be getting married, having a child, these things, it be throwing off people's games.
It be throwing off other people's games.
Oh, but you think Scotty different?
Scotty built different.
He is plus 400. Plus 400 to win. So same odds to win as he had the Masters. So it's just crazy that this man is like something less than plus 500 to win a major is just insane. But hadn't played in a couple weeks. So, a little bit out of rhythm.
We'll see.
But you are going Scotty.
That's where my money resides.
Okay. Well, PGA Championship in Valhalla. Appreciate everybody who commented on that video. Trying to get the PGA's attention. We didn't get it. They didn't DM me or us next time. Next year. I told y'all 2025 gonna be a big year for that Sarkov. But next year we'll be at the PGA Championship. But we actually are going to the U.S. Open. We are going to the U.S. Open this year, so excited about that. We will get some coverage from Nassar Golf at the U.S. Open, so definitely excited about that. But also excited just for this upcoming weekend for the PGA Championship. A lot of storylines. Obviously, you got Scotty Scheffler, going for his second major in a row. You got Rory, who's trying to secure just another major. I mean, he's on fire, so this will be a great time for him to win it. You got Jordan Spieth, who is looking for the career Grand Slam because he has won the Masters. He has won the U.S. Open. He has won the British Open, a.k.a. the Open, but he has not won the PGA Championship. So he is looking to win that. That'll be big for his career. Then, of course, you got Brooks Koepka, who is my spirit animal because he's just a major winner. But Brooks actually just came off a live win. He just won on the Live Tour. So he's been playing well, and now he's coming into the PGA Championship, where he did win last year. So he is the defending champion of the PGA Championship.
I didn't know he won last
He
year.
did. Remember, he lost in the Masters. And he actually said something that, like, following that, coming into the PGA Championship, that I'll never forget. He was like, look, like, I lost and I know what went wrong, and I'm not going to let it happen again. Like, he literally said that and then went and won the tournament. And that's low-key how I felt before my 11th major win against Jordan Scott, because, you know, he was on my heels, and, you know, I had a slight lead last year, and then he came back and beat me.
Insert the Annalise
He
Keating
came
when
back
she pick
and
up the purse
beat
and about
me
to walk out the door.
Last year in the 2023 Chat Classic, and I lost in just dramatic fashion. And this year I said, bruh, So when it came down to the par putt on 18 to win the tournament, I said, bruh, I'm about to sink this. Similar to Bruce Koepka when he just slammed the door shut last year in the PGA Championship. So, you know, like I said, my spirit animal, man. You know, that's why I got my Nike on, representing for Brooks today.
For Brooks.
For Brooks. That's
Okay.
why I even rock Nike for him.
Okay.
It's not for Tiger. It's for Brooks. So yeah, looking forward to that. But odds, man. You know, I just like to talk about odds. Who is gonna win? Look, I told my boy Thomas, who I've talked before, I'm like, bro, like, come on, bro, send me your picks. We gonna, you know, maybe the next couple majors. I don't think you want to give me the picks because, you know, we be betting against each other, you know, in some other little pools. But you're going Scotty.
Yeah, I'm going Scotty. Per usual.
Man.
I will never not doubt that man again. Actually, I said that wrong. I will never doubt that man again.
I don't know, man. Scotty. Okay, I got some odds for you. Hold on. I got some odds for you. Okay, so we got Scotty plus 400, obviously favored. But you got Rory at plus 750 per your sports book. Once again, for anybody who's not into sports betting, this means that if I bet $100, so if you're plus 750, if I bet $100, I'm gonna win $750. That's what that means. You got Xander Schauffele, which I think is crazy that he's third at plus 1400. Xander, you know, I really like Xander. I just want to make this clear. I really like Xander, but you know, he was just going head over Rory, and that didn't come through. You know, I picked Xander to win the Masters, and that didn't come through. And it's just
but he did do well.
Yeah, he does well
last week. You know, he just didn't. Rory just did great.
It's just.
It's like, what can you do? He was right. He was number 2. He was
but
right there.
But you got to close, man.
Well, I mean,
look, I understand how hard it is to close in a major. Like, nobody knows better than me. Nobody. So, you know, I get that. But, you know, I want to see Schauffele. I want to see Schauffele win. Like, I'm somebody who's rooting for that dude. Plus 1400. But unfortunately, I can't pick you this week, Xander. I need to see a little bit more. You're probably going to have to win again for me to pick you to win another tournament. Just to keep it 100 with you. But you got Brooks at plus 16. And he's playing well. I may take Brooks top 5 when I'm thinking about putting my bets in. Might take him top 5. But you want to know who y'all need to be looking out for? Ludwig. I want to say his last name is pronounced Oberg. It's spelled Aberg. That dude is a baller. Young guy. He's been referred to as handsome. That's what they've called him. But that dude is a baller. So, you know, he is plus, 2,200? Look out for him. But I'm going to tell you who I'm going to put my money on and who I'm putting my official that's hard. Who you think?
Tiger.
No, I am gonna sprinkle some money on Tiger to make the cut, plus 136. I'm thinking about, you know, withdrawing from my 401k and just putting half of my 401k on that.
Absolutely not. Who?
Bryson DeChambeau, man. Look,
interesting.
I think I'm gonna put some actual money. It's gonna be more than just my that's hard pick. I'm gonna put some money on Bryson DeChambeau to win the PGA Championship this weekend. Plus 2,800. That dude is good. He had a strong showing at the Masters. I think he got a real shot at the PGA Championship. Bryson DeChambeau. So that's my pick.
Okay.
So we got Bryson versus Scotty.
Yeah. And
we are putting money on Tiger to make the cut. You want to know his odds to win the tournament?
Stupid.
What'd you think?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I checked it. I'm going to make sure it's Okay, I checked one sports book earlier that had them at plus 30,000. This particular sports book has them at plus 40,000.
Oh my God.
You bet $100. It's like, how could you not take that though? You know,
What?
like you bet $100 and you win 40 grand.
It's 100 down the drain. Cause ain't no way the man not even gonna make the cut. He's not going to make the cut.
He's making the cut. Now, see, now that's one that I'm on the fence about selling all my Bitcoin and putting it on Tiger to make the cut. Like I am seriously considering that.
He's not gonna make the cut.
And my Bitcoin is in 4 figures. I am seriously considering selling all my Bitcoin and putting it on Tiger to make the cut.
We want him to make the cut.
He
we
can
want
play
him to
2
do
rounds.
well.
Now I don't know if he can play 4, but he can play 2.
Oh my God.
He won here 24 years ago. Don't forget.
How many?
24 years ago. It's funny because Tiger was like, all I got to do is hit fairways like I did 24 years ago and I can win. I'm like, bro, come on, man. You were like 23. Nah, shout out Tiger.
He has a good
man.
sense of humor.
I like Tiger, man. Goatee Tiger.
Yeah,
got
I
a
saw
goatee.
that.
You see the goatee?
I said, okay, goatee.
I can't get the goatee, man. I can't. I just got the little. I just got the foot. I can't do it. I can't get the connect. So that's why I just cut all my facial hair off because it ain't working out. I can't get the connect. But yeah, that's our pro golfer segment. Bryson, man, make me proud. We're gonna make some money. All right, did we have gender roles in our marriage?
Yeah.
What's your role?
I don't want gender roles.
What you mean?
I don't want gender roles.
What does that mean?
I do more cleaning than you do. I feel like we both equally cook, and because we don't eat the same things, we cook independently a lot of the time. But I definitely clean more than you do.
Are you fine with that?
No. I want you to go clean our bathroom right now, because I've seen you clean these other 2 bathrooms and you clean them just fine. But somehow our bathroom you won't clean. You won't touch. Why is that?
Because other people needed to use those other bathrooms.
So because other people don't need to use our bathroom, you won't clean it? You're not gonna clean it? I'm confused.
If you want me to clean it, babe, I'll clean it.
But why do I have to tell you to clean it? Why do I have to ask you to clean it?
So let me break this down. It's because we have 2 different standards of when we clean and when we don't clean. And if you've reached that standard, but you're like, I don't feel like cleaning it and you want it clean, then you should tell your significant other, hey, like, I want this cleaned.
And you feel like that's reasonable. You feel like it's reasonable for me to ask you to do something when it's not up to I've reached my threshold for cleanliness. You think that's fine?
I think it's reasonable to ask me. I think it's reasonable to ask me. Absolutely.
But what do I expect after I ask you?
What you mean? I don't know what you expect. You tell me.
Am I able to expect a yes, that you'll do it?
It depends on the history of how I've responded to the question. That's how you determine your expectation. Have you ever asked me to clean the bathroom before?
Yeah.
You said, Alex, can you please clean our bathroom? You've asked me that before.
I've asked you to clean a bathroom.
See, okay, this is another thing. We're having a conversation, but for some reason you want to deviate. I just asked you a question. Just answer the question.
I just want you to think about all the bathrooms we've had in our relationship. And I know that at one point I've asked you to clean one of them bathrooms. One of them.
Okay, but I thought we were talking about our personal bathroom.
Alex, I'm talking about a personal bathroom. We've had a lot. We've had apartment bathrooms, house bathrooms. I know I've asked you to clean a bathroom.
And have I cleaned it?
No, you've not. You've not cleaned them.
That's BS.
You've not cleaned them.
And here's
that's
another
why
thing.
We're having this conversation.
Here's another thing. I don't want to have conversations if we're not going to be real.
Are we not keeping it real?
I thought we were. I don't want to talk.
Don't look at you, look at me.
No, see, but here's the thing, because I know it's a lot of relationships out there, and and I ain't even gonna say it's women. I'm sure everybody got a partner out there who, it's like, if we're gonna talk, let's be honest. Like, let's not use hyperbole. This didn't even speak in totality.
It didn't even start as like an actual topic.
No, it did.
We're here.
It's just because I'm so good at what I do that I know how to.
You want to know why? You're not cleaning the bathroom, so I'm getting worked up, and now we can actually have a conversation, and it just happens to be recorded.
Okay. Let's talk about the bathroom.
Let's talk about it. You cleaned the other 2 because we were expecting company.
That's correct.
You see the standard and current condition of the bathroom upstairs.
Yeah, it's not good. It needs to be clean.
So why don't you take the initiative to clean it?
You haven't. First of all,
please answer my question. Let's start there. Please answer my question.
Okay, what's the question?
Why didn't you take the initiative to clean it? When you just said that it's not in good standing.
I noticed that today.
You noticed today it's not in good standing.
Yeah. When I saw the toilet today, I was like, this needs to be clean.
Did you clean it?
Not today. No. Like, I saw it today. It needs to be clean. If you were not to do anything, or say anything, I would likely clean our bathroom in the next week.
In the next week?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, my question for you, because you put that on me. Now, my question for you, why haven't you cleaned the bathroom?
Because I always clean it.
Oh, so you're telling me the reason why you have not cleaned it is because you always clean it.
I clean it, and here's the thing. If I lived by myself, I would know that the reason that it's dirty at the rate that it gets dirty.
So now we're going to blame the dirtiness.
I'm not.
No, that's what you're doing, but go ahead.
I'm saying that when you live by yourself, you're the only person to blame if you're the only person to use the restroom.
Right.
When you live and cohabitate with someone else, then they're to share the blame and they're to share the grime and the dirt.
Let's lower that tone before I get upset.
So I am telling you that because you use that restroom as well, that it shouldn't be up to me to clean it. That's gender
correct.
roles.
I agree. It should not be up to you to clean it. I agree.
So where do we go from there? Now that you've noticed that it needs to be cleaned.
Did I not just say that?
You said if I hadn't said anything that it's going to take another week. Are you going to clean it sooner than a week?
I said in the next week. I said in the next week.
Sure.
Over the next 7 days. That means it could be tomorrow. That means it could be in 3 days. That means it could be in 5 days. It could be whenever I'm just in the mode to clean it. And you want to know what's that similar to? The same way that you decide when you're going to clean. This was just when you in that mode to say, you know what? Today is the day that I clean this.
You want to know, Alex?
Yeah, I'm listening.
You never ask me when I'm going to clean it. You never make comments about things because it's just not up to your level, your threshold of dirtiness, correct?
Right.
And
I want to pause you because when things do reach that threshold, I would never come to you and say, babe, when you gonna clean this? I would never do that. You want to know why? Because I have no right to do that.
I've never asked
and I never
you
said
to do
that.
that.
I never said that you did that. I never said that you did that. I'm just talking about me. I would never, because I feel like you're trying to make this point. I don't know what trying to point you make, but I'm trying to get ahead of it by saying I would never say, babe, like, this is getting dirty. Like, what you gonna do? You want to know? No, let me finish. You want to know what I would do when it reached that threshold for me?
What would you do?
I'm gonna fucking clean it.
So you want me to ask you to clean something?
No, I'm saying if it's bothering you.
You want
and
something
you don't
that's bothering me to ask you to do something
okay.
that I'm bothered by.
Let's pause. Because what you're saying is not the 100% like what I'm trying to say.
Please explain.
If you go to our bathroom and it's past your threshold, right, of what you're willing to accept from dirtiness.
Yeah.
And you personally do not feel like cleaning the bathroom.
Yeah.
You have a right to ask me.
Sure.
Say, Alex, soon, today or tomorrow, would you mind cleaning our bathroom? You have every right to ask me that.
I know I do.
So what are we talking about?
I have the right, but what is your response when I come to you and ask that? Because I have the right to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I have the right to ask you that.
It'll probably be a positive response. I'll probably say, yeah, babe. You want to know why? Because you don't never ask me to do stuff like that. So if you did ask me, I'll be like, okay.
So I don't ever ask you to do it. And yet.
Yeah, I'm listening.
The bathroom is always clean because you never expect to have to clean it. Because I'm always going to beat you to the punch.
And see, now you're putting words in my mouth, and I don't like that. I don't like that.
This is fact.
I don't like that.
This is fact.
I don't like that.
This is fact. This is real.
Okay, no, you trying to say it's real that I have this expectation that you're going to clean the bathroom.
Not in some negative, you need to do this because you're the woman role. Not in that sort of light.
I ain't saying, I'm saying that you just think that I have the expectation that, okay, it's getting dirty, Brittany's going to clean it because Brittany just can't take this. And the reason why, and because you think that the reason I'm not cleaning it is because I know you're going to clean it, which is BS. That is not true.
So what's the reason? You're not cleaning it because why? If you're not cleaning it because you think that I won't get to it first, what's your reason for not cleaning it?
Okay, so I'm about to answer this question with this. Now, we haven't always lived together.
We didn't live together long enough.
Let me finish. Let me get my point out. Let me get my point out. First of all, I want everybody to know out there, you cannot debate me because I'm going to win every debate.
My God.
We did not always live together, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So we live separately.
Yes.
When you came over to my place, how did you feel about my bathroom?
I didn't like it.
Why?
I didn't like it because it wasn't clean.
So what are we talking about?
But now you live with someone. Now you have to share
now your
a
argument
bathroom
finna
with
change.
me
You finna make a new argument because that last one that didn't cut it. Now you finna make a new one.
You really gonna make the argument that because you first of all I made the argument initially.
What was the argument?
That when you're single, you only have yourself to blame for how dirty the bathroom gets.
Right.
And me, as someone who didn't live with you, I could choose whether or not I wanted to use that bathroom and come over there or not. And I chose not to.
That's correct.
Now I don't have a choice. I live with you. We're married. We use the same bathroom.
Yeah.
And now you have half the blame to share. I have half the blame to share for how dirty this bathroom gets.
Sure.
Now what?
Did you have a point? Like I heard everything you said and I agree. Like we do both use a bathroom. We do both contribute to the bathroom getting dirty. I'm with you. But it always goes back to we have different thresholds on like the cleanliness that we're willing to accept before we say, you know what, I got to clean my bathroom. Because let me tell you this, when I lived on my own, it's not like I never clean my bathroom. But you want to know when I did clean my bathroom? Much less frequently than you clean your bathroom. So now we live together, right? We live together. And I personally am willing to clean the bathroom sooner than my threshold if my wife requests that. That's the only point I'm trying to make. If my wife requests it, I'm willing to do it. Now, and I've come a long way because we've had these conversations, and before I'm like, bro, I don't think it's fair. But now I'm like, no, it's absolutely fair. We are living together. You have, an expectation. When it comes to that expectation, you can decide to clean it on your own, which you do most of the time. Or if we've reached that threshold, you have every right to ask me, Alex, the bathroom is beyond my threshold. If you wouldn't mind, if you could clean it, because I clean it all the time, could you clean it? And most likely, I'm talking about like 95% of the time, you will be met with a positive response from me to say, babe, of course. Like, that's the least I can do. Let me finish. That's the least I can do because you're constantly cleaning our bathroom. And not only is that about our bathroom, that's about anything in the home. If you ask me to do it, I'm not going to respond negatively. I'm going to respond like, okay, unless it's something that obviously, like I do all the time. And now you ask me to do it. Then I might respond similar to how you would respond if I said, babe, can you clean our bathroom? You would go off on me.
I would go off on you.
So that's my point. Like, and I don't know. I can't think of something from a cleanliness perspective that would be the case. But all I'm trying to say is if you ask me to do it, I would do it for that reason, because you do it most of the time. And the reason I don't clean most of the time is because you reach your threshold before me. Because once again, I used to have my own bathroom and I did clean my own bathroom, but I did not do it at the frequency that you clean your bathroom. And that's perfectly fine because we two different people and we got two different thresholds. And now I've come to accept that. And I want you to be comfortable in your home. You know what I mean? So if you ask me to do it because you didn't feel like doing it anymore, I would do it.
That excuse, it was valid in year 3 of marriage, 2, 3. We are beyond that.
What excuse?
And honestly,
what excuse?
And honestly,
What
I'm
excuse?
gonna take it back because that's probably valid after the first year of marriage because we were living together before we got married. So
hey, I wasn't checking up. Don't put that on me. We were engaged. First of all, we were engaged.
We were engaged.
Clarify that.
We were engaged.
We were engaged.
But we were still living
Not
together.
long.
Long enough.
Don't treat me like that.
Long enough.
Don't treat me.
And
like
all I'm saying is, I hear you, and you want me to ask you when I've reached my threshold.
I don't want you to do a damn thing.
You
do not
because
say
you're
that.
not gonna do it if I don't ask. You won't do it if I don't ask.
Yeah,
so
I don't like when I say stuff and you just dismiss it because I've
already said. Trying to recap.
Okay, I've already said that I looked at the bathroom today and I said this bathroom needs cleaning, and I've already confirmed that if you don't move a muscle, I'm gonna clean the bathroom the next week. I've already said that multiple times, but you keep going on this narrative that I ain't gonna clean it when I just told you I'm gonna clean it the next week.
First of all, I was recapping exactly what you said.
You left out that part, but go ahead.
I was You interrupted me. You didn't even let me finish. You didn't even let me finish. What's wrong with
People
you?
who are listening, like, this is what I deal with, man. It's like crazy. It's crazy. This is gaslighting. You said what you said. I responded to it, and here you go. You ain't even let me finish. You was not finna say what I just said. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I ain't gonna say no word. It's fine. The conversation is good. I'm gonna ask you. You're going to clean it within the next week. I don't know what day that's gonna be. It's just within the next 7 days, and like that's fine. And I forgot where we were originally starting from. Gender roles.
Yeah, gender roles.
Gender roles is me cleaning the bathrooms.
Yeah, you said that you just clean more, and then we got on the conversation of our bathroom, and you wanted to spend some time on that. And here go the thing. The thing with me, we can talk about it. We can discuss it because I feel very confident that the way that I feel and that I approach is reasonable. I really do. And once again, you feel like at this point in our relationship that, the whole threshold thing is out the window. I don't, because I'm allowed to be my own person just like you allowed to be your own person. And, I have a threshold, you have a threshold. That's about everything. That's just about everything in life. And we ain't always going to be on the same page. Now, I see where you coming from. You want me to be like, hey, I know Brittany, like, even though it ain't reached my threshold, it's reached Brittany's threshold, and I'm going to go ahead and clean it. I know that's what you want. And I'm not saying that you're never going to get that. It's just I need more time. I need to become more, let me finish. I need to become more like, because I'm turning into somebody who is like, I think a better cleaner and, like more okay with just cleaning. That's not a real natural thing for me. And I don't like that being taken lightly because certain things aren't natural to you and I give you grace. So I just want some grace too. And I'm coming around to that. So give me some time there. But don't front like if you don't ask me to clean something, I ain't gonna clean it. That's what I don't like.
I didn't never front like that.
Okay, I'm just trying to clarify. I
never said that at all.
I'm just trying to clarify.
I never said that at all.
Ain't nothing wrong with asking your spouse to clean something.
I don't expect you to read my mind, but I do expect you to acknowledge that this is a shared space, and not every space is shared. This is not a shared space. I don't come in here and mess with stuff. But in the spaces that are particularly intimately shared, such as a bathroom, I just want you to recognize that. And I want you to think about all of the years that we've spent together and just think a little bit past your threshold because you know that our thresholds are not the same. That's what I want.
What you mean by think a little bit past my threshold? What does that mean?
Like ours is here, mine is up here, or yours is up here, and mine is down here. And we need to meet somewhere in the middle. And right now, I've come up. And I still feel like you up here, and I need you to meet me closer.
Meet you closer, do you mean clean it more? Or do you mean like try to maintain it better? Like what you mean by that?
Maybe recognize before it gets to the level that it's currently at.
Yeah.
And
then do what?
And do something about it.
Okay.
Or maintain, as you just said. Maintain is fine. I'm good with maintaining.
Personally, I think that's a reasonable request, and you know what? I would try.
Thank you.
Like I always do. I will always try to be better.
You're a great cook. Let me shout you out right now. You're a great cook. I appreciate all the food that you cook for us. You're a much better cook than I am.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try.
Okay.
All right. That's our marriage segment. I think that is a good example of how you can speak with your spouse and get to a reasonable conclusion. As you can see, I didn't yell at Brittany. She yelled at me. But that's fine.
I was on 10. I'm sorry. I got worked up.
She yelled at me. That's fine. Because as a man, we are not, we just got to control our emotion. We got to control our emotion. And, it's okay. My wife is passionate about the cleanliness of our master bathroom. I think master room is now an outdated term. Like you can't say master bedroom.
What do you call it?
Main. I think that's an outdated term. Okay, we're already much over time, but thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, you.
Guys.
Appreciate you all tuning in. I'm gonna try to get that 2024 Chat Classic video wrapped up for you all to take a look. But looking forward to next week for hole 7.
7.
This
Today
was
is 6.
So looking forward to hole 7 next week. So we can go over the PGA Championship and talk a little bit more about beginner golf stuff, and maybe we'll move on to the bedroom next week. We'll have a discussion about that. But that's it, man. It's been your boy AC.
And Britt.
Peace.